This may prove to be a challenging investigation, don't you think, Watson?
Your gift for understatement is excelled only by your modesty, Holmes.
Do you see anyone of interest, Watson?
I recognize no one. The conductor, however, bears a passable resemblance to the late Mr. Disraeli.
Shh. Sorry.
Nothing soothes the mind like good opera, don't you think, Watson?
Under normal circumstances, I couldn't agree with you more. But tonight, I would have difficulty concentrating on the performance.
I guess that there's other things on our mind right now.
I see. Well, you succeeded with Mrs. Worthington where you failed with me. Very well. You may view Anna's dressing room, but I insist that you disturb nothing. Her personal property and that belonging to the opera company are off limits to you. Understood? I remind you once again that you are to touch nothing. I'll be watching you closely.
So how are we supposed to investigate when we can't touch anything? Because all the things that we want to touch are things that are not in open view.
You may look, fill your eyes, or take a photograph if you like, but you may not touch anything.
Mr. Epstein, it is essential that I be allowed to thoroughly inspect Miss Carraway's effects. If necessary, I may need to take certain of her things away with me.
I repeat, Mr. Holmes, that you may examine Anna's dressing room with your eyes only. You have neither the right nor the authority to touch anything belonging to her or the opera company. If you disturb anything, I will have to escort you from the building.
Don't you find it strange that Miss Carraway informed you by telegram that she was sick, without telling you her new address? How are you expected to reach her if necessary?
I hardly see that Miss Carraway's address is any of your concern. Please confine yourself to the dressing room so I can be done with it. I'm ignoring my important duties for the sake of this foolish errand.
Hey, your boss gave us permission.
Do you see anything of interest to this case, Watson?
Nothing I consider relevant, Holmes.
Well, as it stands, we can't actually do anything here at the moment.
You won't be able to examine that room properly with the manager inspecting your every move. I can distract him if you wish. Next time we go in there, just give me some kind of sign, and I'll take it from there.
Now, why didn't you say this before?
May we visit Anna Carraway's dressing room again?
All right. If you must, please follow me.
Now you see, we weren't exactly very far away from the manager when Dr. Watson discussed a method of distraction. Well, why couldn't he actually take us to one side in here and say something? Anyway, we're here now.
Can you determine whether the dresses in that closet are Miss Anna's personal property, or do they belong to the opera company?
What's all this then?
No, I shall do so now, Holmes, if Mr. Epstein will assist me.
And that is that. And all that we need is in the middle drawer, I believe. Ooh, well, I don't think that we will get away with stealing any undergarments. And that is that.
It appears that the opera company owns them all, Holmes. No luck, I'm afraid.
The manager failed to notice that we opened the drawers that we attempted to open before. Anyway, let's escape from here. Oh, yeah, my mistake. So we're going to go and visit a new location.
Good day, gentlemen. My name is Belle. If you require any assistance, please do not hesitate to ask.
I'm looking for a certain young man who purchased perfume from this shop recently.
Beg pardon, sir. My mistress don't permit me to converse with the clients. If she sees me talking to you, I'm sacked for certain.
Okay, so that's kind of a sign that we need to get rid of this assistant called Belle. And one of these display cases is empty. Le Côte du Jour. Okay, so these are actually properly stocked at the moment. I don't think that we need any more eau de Seine. Seine? Sorry?
I'm looking for a young man who purchased some perfume from you recently.
I may be able to help you. What scent did he purchase?
Eau de Seine.
Ah, that is a very popular scent. Of the quality perfumes, it has the most modest price. What does this young man look like?
As much as I'd like to select this option, we know he has macassar oil in his hair.
He wears copious amounts of macassar oil in his hair.
Is he tall or short?
Judging from the door frame, he is pretty tall.
He is very tall, taller than myself.
Is he thin or stout?
Now that is something that we don't know. I mean, I know he plays rugby, and I'm sure we could have got this from his rugby jersey. But I don't think we actually have a complete description of his actual build.
I am yet as unsure of his build.
Can you tell me the colour of his hair?
Well, that one is easy, as we found it with the macassar oil.
He has black hair.
I do recall a young man like the one you describe. He wore a striped jersey with a number on it. I remember because when I remarked on it, he said he played rugby at a field near here. I'm afraid I don't recall the number.
I wonder if the cleaner does know. So we need to find a way to distract Belle.
I would like to purchase some perfume.
Very good, sir. Do you have a scent in mind?
I believe we can actually purchase each of these perfumes on display, but that's not our aim.
Yes, I know the name.
And what is the name?
Le Côte d'Azur.
I don't have any La Côte d'Azur here in the front. Let me go to the back and get some from my stock. I'll be back in a moment.
I'm looking for a certain young man who purchased perfume from this shop recently.
I remember the man you spoke to my mistress about. It's like my mistress said, he was a rugby player. I don't remember his number either, but I can tell you that he smoked Senior Sober cigarettes. I know, because he dropped an empty packet on the floor right in front of me as I was sweeping. She's coming. Please don't let her see me talking to you, or I'll get the back of her hand when you've gone.
Here it is. I really must speak to my assistant about keeping these shelves properly stocked.
Do you perceive any detail in this room that might lead us in a new direction?
I regret that I have no views that deserve consideration, Holmes.
Okay, we're done here. And it was pretty obvious that we were speaking to the cleaning lady. Oh, yep, my mistake again. And we're going to go to another new location.
Excuse me, young man.
I can't talk. It hurts. This all, won't you? Here's the coach. Go see him.
Lovely.
Do you know anything about this sport, Watson?
No, in my younger days I had a modest success and a wonderful time playing with the Blackheath Football Club. It's difficult to tell whether or not these lads are enjoying themselves.
Do you see anything of import, Watson?
Not a thing, though my powers of detection are pathetically meagre when compared to yours.
Jenkins, watch what you're about, man. Your tackling technique betrays no knowledge of the sport.
Though it's been years since I stepped onto a rugby pitch, Holmes, that group looks a sorry lot to me.
Here, boy. Have you ever seen a young woman named Sarah Caraway watching the practices?
I don't think I've heard the name, but then my duties keep me very busy, and the players don't talk to me much.
I suppose the coach doesn't pay you very well for all your work. Here's an extra shilling for taking the time to talk to us.
I don't want no wages, Gov. I like helping the team. I'm going to be a three-quarter when I grow up.
Why would you refuse a free shilling? Wow. That's a bit harsh.
What a talented group of muscular lads. The makings of a fine team, if I'm any judge.
If you knew anything about rugger, Gov, you'd know that size don't signify. Give me midgets with art and a knowledge of the game, and we'd hold our own. I've got over 30 shirkers scattered over this field. With you pestering me, I'll never beat them into shape.
Your current club appears to have excellent athletic skills. I suspect that your guidance will shape them up sharply into a good team.
Not with you hanging over my shoulder. I've got 15 blokes what don't know their left foot from their right.
I need to speak with one of your players.
When they've left off practicing, you can speak with any of them for as long as you like. You want to watch? Stand with those people over there and stay out the way.
This is a very good lesson in persistence.
The man I need to speak to is named James.
His family name, man, not his first name. You don't know it, do you? I've got at least a dozen lads named James. It's the most common name in England. For all I know, your friend there with the derby is named James. All right. What does he look like? Maybe we can figure out who you want.
He's tall, with black hair, and he wears a substantial quantity of Macassar oil in his hair.
That barely narrows it down. My boys are all good-sized lads, mostly dark, and they all wear gallons of that blasted oil. It's vanity, you know. Can't you tell me something more specific? If you could tell me how he dresses, the colour of his eyes, or the brand he smokes, then I might be able to help you.
Well, luckily, we know which brand he smokes.
He smokes senior service.
That'll be Sanders, I believe. Very good sort, Sanders. Always at practice on time. Let me call him out so we can get this over with. Sanders! Come out here and talk to this man, and make it quick.
Watson, I think the indirect approach might be best. Don't mention Sarah's murder.
As you say, Holmes.
Yes, sir? These men want a word with you.
We need to ask you some questions about your lady friend, Sarah Caraway.
I don't have a lady friend. It's against the rules. No women during the season, right, Coach?
That's right, Sanders. And I better not find out you've been stepping out with women and breaking curfew.
No, this is a matter far more important than team rules. A crime has been committed.
Prove I've been keeping company with a lady or take back your accusation. I won't have you casting aspersions without proof.
Ooh. Well, we have some proof. It's not that. There we go.
Where did you get that?
From Sarah Caraway's dressing room at the Regency Theatre. And we have witnesses who state that you bought it for her.
Is that true, Sanders?
Well, no. I know Miss Caraway, but we're only friends. It's my roommate who's courting her. I bought this perfume for him to give to her because he had to study for an exam. Ask him yourself. You can talk to him later at our room. We live at the Eton Dormitory on Grosvenor Place.
You've got your man, Mr. Holmes. Now please leave me alone. Get back in the scrum, Sanders. We'll talk about this later.
Are we done? Oh. I guess we're done. While Sanders is in the scrum, we will go and speak to his roommates.
Oh, it's you again, turned up like a bad penny. You've done your damage. Clear off now and maybe no one will get hurt.
Whatever are you on about?
Don't play the outraged innocent with me. I'm not a complete fool. You knew that spreading tales about me and Sarah would get me suspended from the team. But if you thought you'd make a killing at the bookmakers by getting me sacked, you're as stupid as you are malicious. Everyone knows the team doesn't stand a chance without me. No one will take your bets. Now get out before I lose my temper.
it kind of looks like he has lost his temper already.
I assume that it is our melancholy duty, Mr. Sanders, to be the bearers of bad news about Sarah. Would you oust us before you've heard it?
I've had enough trouble today, and you're the cause of it. I have no use for anything you have to say to me. Now, get out.
And this is another area where we need to be persistent.
Ah, the digs of youth. When you played rugby in your student days, Watson, did your dwelling resemble this one?
I did not have the means to live this comfortably, Holmes, but my rooms were as happy and as busy as these appear.
Yeah, we've got some bad news, but let me speak to my friend first.
Does anything here lead you to form any new opinions about this case, Watson?
I know scarcely enough to formulate an initial opinion, Holmes, much less any new ones. I can only hope that you have observed and deduced much more than I have done.
I assure you that you have misinterpreted the facts. We are working with the police on a criminal case. Your own trouble, while regrettable, is merely coincidental to this matter.
I may have broken the rules of the team, but I've broken no law. You won't get me with that. Now, get out!
Mr. Sanders, your lady friend Sarah Caraway is dead.
And you're daft as well as malicious, I see. Get out before I throw you out.
Nope.
We are working with Scotland Yard investigating Sarah's death. You must believe that so you can help us find her murderer.
I don't believe you. Why should I? You've only done me harm. Sarah's not dead. She can't be dead, and you can't convince me that she is.
It happened early yesterday, Mr. Sanders. I'm sorry.
Perhaps if I had proof. An official death certificate or... But no, I saw her 2 days ago. I don't know what your game is, but I want you out of here now.
Well, now we have to return with some proof. Let's head to the morgue. That's probably the best place to try.
I would like to look at Sarah Caraway's death certificate. Is it available?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, I just finished filling it out. It's there, on the body.
May I take it, or a copy of it, with me?
Certainly not, Mr. Holmes. That is an official document to which the seal of the City of London has been affixed. As for a copy, that would be highly irregular. I don't believe I could sign such a document in my official capacity. In any case, there are no government copyists employed here.
I'm guessing that this... yes, it is. I doubt that Holmes will actually steal this, but let's see what happens.
That is an official document to which the seal of the City of London has been affixed. I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes, but I cannot allow you to take it.
Oh, it's you, Holmes.
Okay, we're not going to have any luck here. The next best option? Possibly an old newspaper.
Jonas, I need a back issue of the Times. Yesterday's early edition. It was the one which named the young woman who was murdered behind the Regency Theatre.
My apologies, Mr. Holmes. I'm afraid that edition sold out completely, and later editions as well. I've no leftovers lately. Most folks are following the police investigation into this Ripper business. And then yesterday the Sporting Fancy was in a frenzy for any news from the cricket matches in Melbourne. Spofford was bowling, you know. Oh, they'll have some issues at the office in Fleet Street, I wager.
Thank you, Jonas. I'll take your advice.
Unfortunately, we aren't able to travel there. But Wiggins here can.
Wiggins, I have an errand for you.
Wiggins, at your service, Mr. Holmes.
Go to the Fleet Street offices of the London Times. Find a copy of yesterday's paper, the early edition, mind, and bring it back here. £0.5 crown ought to cover your trouble.
£0.5 crown will do just fine, sir, but Fleet Street's a long way to go for something I got's right here. You see, this jacket of mine is went a bit thin, and the Times is just the thing to fill the lining. And keep a body warm, sir. Mr. Jonas is always kind enough to spare a page or two if he has any left at the end of the day. Would this be the one you're looking for?
Yes, my boy, that's just the one. And let's make that £1 crown, shall we? That should be enough to fetch you a new jacket.
Mr. Holmes can be very kind sometimes.